Okay, so welcome back to another MXGP3 video. Today we're going to check out, what are we checking out today? Or today, it's probably the same day as the last video. Let's get serious. Anyways, right now, we're going to check out some of the weather conditions, and I'm going to use the YZ450 because I think that's the one I bought. So that's what we're going to check out. We're going to go to Charlotte. I believe it's Charlotte. Again, this is a post commentary. I don't remember exactly, but we're going to go check that out in the rain, in the mud, and see how this goes. Alright, so we're going to grab a bike setup, the same setup we used in the last video. I might change that eventually, but not right now. We are again on a PlayStation 4, we haven't switched anything. Maybe eventually I'll do an Xbox One just so you can see it, but I just feel like it doesn't look as good. Unless they patch it or have patched it or whatever, I'm not really sure. Anyways, we are at Charlotte. We're going to run around in the rain here, which is pretty awesome. Now, I did adjust the gamma a little bit because it was... Sometimes it's really dark. And this was a really tough race. Again, we're on realistic difficulty. And the struggle was real. The struggle was really real. I don't feel like... Okay, I'm going to try to compare this to something like Ride 2. When you're running around in the rain, I feel it slip and slide a little bit. Not a lot, but you can feel it. Here, I feel like I notice it even less. I think you can feel the slipping and sliding and all that good stuff, but I don't notice the mud as much as I was hoping I would. You know what I mean? I guess I feel like I'm spinning a lot more. I'm not hooking up. I'm not getting as much traction. But if you were to ask me what it felt like, that's kind of the best I can do. Is I feel like it is a little muddy, but not as muddy as you would think. You know, for riding around these conditions. The rain looks okay. I think the rain. You know, if I was to compare, I think the rain in Ride 2 looks even better. I don't know if you go into first person, if the rain like kind of gets on your goggles, because I think, I'm not sure if it does that in Ride 2 or not. I think it does. Maybe it even does it in third person. I'm not really sure. But at least here in third person, it does not, you know, you're not seeing like rain splatter all over your goggles or anything. But yeah, I do notice it a little bit. A little mud, slipping and sliding, trying to hook up for traction. I was using the clutch less, actually, I think, in this race than I was in that last one. It just felt like we were, you know, when we were dropping the clutch, we were just spinning, like, a lot. So I was trying really hard to just use some throttle control and avoid using it, clutching too much. So, I mean, it's pretty cool. I haven't checked out the intermittent rain or the... I think you can just ride in wet or mud, too, and then cloudy and clear. Or random. I think those are the options that you have for choosing. I believe you can do it on all the tracks. I believe you can. I haven't looked into that too thoroughly. Again, I haven't played too much. This was only my second track on PS4. Now, again, I did tried streaming from the Xbox, and YouTube has been sucking with live streaming, so I've just kind of haven't been doing that too much, working more on videos, I suppose. But we did do some of that. I don't remember what I was saying. I just lost my train of thought completely. Anyways, sounds of the 4-stroke, I think they sound a lot better. You do have that rev limiter sound, even more on the mud, which, okay, it makes sense. But even on, you know, perfect conditions, it still does kind of, for randomly no reason, sometimes it just sounds like you're hitting the rev limiter. And at weird times, I guess, awkward times. So I don't really know what to say about that. But this track is a lot of fun. It was really fun to ride it clear when it's not muddy. And again, I had to adjust the gamma because it's sometimes when it's raining like this and it's really cloudy and overcast, I couldn't hardly see some spots. I'm trying to think of which track it was I went to. I think I rode Argentina in the rain, and that track was really difficult to get around without adjusting the brightness. It was tough, and this is a battle all the way to the end. I know it's just the AI, but wow. You know, we need more practice, so we're struggling against the AI. It is unrealistic, but, you know, it was still a battle. Tim just gave me a run for my money. This last lap was intense. I don't even remember what I was going to say, but yeah, this last lap was intense. Anyways, I think the next video that we do will be customization. I mean, I'm kind of pumping these out. I'm asking you to put in the comments what you'd like to see because I'll go back and check that. But I'm probably recording like 3 or 4 or 5 of these little videos and then just gonna upload them the way they are, and then I'll go back and see what you said in the comments, and we'll try to do that. The compound's kind of cool. I haven't actually checked it out, but it seems like it could be pretty cool. There is no stadium racing, From what I understand, or from what I've heard rumors-wise, there might be more DLC for this game than there has been in the past. I'm wondering if maybe they'll add stadium racing in there, but also I'm not totally sure because I also heard small rumors that there could be an AMA game they might be working on, a Supercross type game, and if that's the case, I wouldn't expect them to put stadium races in, you know what I mean? So, kind of interesting things coming from Milestone here in the next year or 6 months or whatever it is. I'm really curious, but I'm overall happy with the game. I know if you play a lot of MXGP2, you're looking at this and you're maybe thinking, well, graphically it looks a little weird. It's growing on me. I think it's growing on me. I think it was just such a big change that it was hard for me to adapt to it. And I think we get our butts kicked by first place. I think we lose by like 8 seconds. We got like the whole pack. Now that is another thing. They do kind of still do the single file line and, you know, follow the leader. It's a little annoying, but you know, after 3 laps in, it looks like they've spread out a little bit. It looks like maybe we have 2 or 3 guys stuck behind us, kind of in a pile. While it can be annoying, it's such a small thing. It doesn't bother me. That's not something that bothers me. It doesn't really affect the race for me. So I'm not going to complain too hard about that. But wow, he came in there and we try to get him back here, but we're hooking up, we're spinning, and we're going to take 4th. That's okay, no whip, because you know what? We're not even on the podium, so we're not going to throw a victory whip. Whip, or scrub. So there you go. There is Charlotte, a new track in MXGP3. It's getting tough to say that. MXGP3, I want to say MXGP2. With weather conditions in the rain. Again, let me know in the comments what you would like to see, what bikes you would like me to buy. We will go over customization in the next video, hopefully, or the video after that, one of the two, and go from there. We're going to get some more skills. Hopefully we can keep leveling up there, and that'll, I would assume, help us quite a bit. But thank you so much for the support that you show this series. Hopefully showed that first video. Like I said, I'm kind of recording these in a row stuck together, but if you want to see more MXGP3, make sure to hit that like button and let me know in the comments, and let me know what you want to see, and we will go from there. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on this series so far, and until the next video, take it easy.